Hello. So in this video I'm going to discuss about the mathematical expression of hybridization. So in the last video we have discussed about the physical significance of hybridization, but it is not quite possible to write down the electronic configuration every time in the examination hall and determine the hybridization. So how to proceed in such cases? So we will discuss about a concept of steric number, but before that let's understand how to get the hybridization of a particular molecule by mathematical expressions. So the discussion of today in this video is expression of hybridization. Expression of hybridization in terms of mathematical equation. Mathematical equation. It is quite simple. So let's take a generalized hybridization formula. So let's suppose I am talking about SPI hybridization. So what is the value of I? It is easy that for sp3 the value of I equals to 3, for sp2 the value of I equals to 2, and for sp hybridization the value of I equals to 1. So I am generalizing all of the hybridization, that is sp3, sp2 and sp, in terms of SPI hybridization, where the values of I are following: I equals to 3, 2 and 1. So what is the equation of such hybridization? That is I equals to, okay, so I equals to minus 1 by cos theta. So this is the mathematical equation and it is really helpful, and we can get the hybridization of all of the molecules which are given. So let's solve some of them and the concept will be clear. So what is the theta? So theta is basically, let's take the methane molecule. The structure of the methane molecule, you all know that it is tetrahedral and it is having sp3 hybridization, which we have discussed in the previous lecture. So what is the theta? So theta basically is this bond angle. Basically we can represent theta as bond angle between side atom, I am denoting side atom as S, central atom as C and another side atom. So in case of methane molecule, the theta equals to bond angle between carbon, between side atom H, central atom C, another side atom H. So this is the bond angle for the methane molecule. So let's put it in this equation. So we will be getting I equals to minus 1 upon cos. Now we have to know about the bond angle, that is we have to get an idea, about the structure of the methane molecule first. I am telling that the bond angle between the central atom, side atom equals to, for methane is 109 degree 28 minute. So let's put it over here, and by putting it over this equation we will be getting our I value to be 3, almost equals to 3. So from this we can say the hybridization of carbon atom, that is the central atom, for hybridization of central atom, that is the carbon atom, for methane molecule is equals to sp I, that is sp3. So from this equation, this relation between theta and I, we can get the value of I, but the drawback is basically we have to know about the bond, we have to have an idea about the bond angle, that is the shape of the molecule at first, then we will be getting the hybridization. So this is the drawback, but the real concept is this one, that chemists first discovered this such of molecule. They visualize the molecule first, then they have the information, they got the information about the bond angle, put it over this equation and get the value of I. Then they told that the hybridization is SPI. So this is the concept, but it is not possible to have the idea of all of the molecules in the universe to get the hybridization. So that is why we have the concept of state number, and we will discuss about it later on. Okay, so now let's discuss about the percentage A's and percentage P character. So what does that mean about the percentage A's? So sp3, let's take hybridization sp3 versus sp2 versus sp. Okay, so we know that percentage, if you talk about the percentage of S character, and you can replace this heading as percentage S and percentage P character, and their effects over bond lengths, bond angle, etc. And this concept is very simple. Okay, so from sp3 to sp2 to sp, we can see here 3 p orbitals and 1 s is getting mixed. So 1 s, this is not the 1s orbital, that is 1s, 2s, 3s, no, this is the s number of s orbital is getting mixed is 1. So this 1s and 3p are mixing. Okay, here 1s and 2p are mixing, and here 1s and 1p are mixing with each other. So if we talk about the percentage of S character from sp3 to sp2 to sp, we can see here 3p, here 2p, 1p, but S is constant. Still, if we talk about percentage of S, then the p character is getting decreased. So from sp3 to 2 to 1, the percentage p character is decreasing, and as we have only two kind of orbital over here, S and P, so if P decreases, S will increase in percentage. So percentage S character increases. If this concept is not clear, let's solve some of them. So for 1s and 3p, for sp3, let's suppose for sp3, percentage of S, what will be the value of percentage of S? So S in number 1 S divided by, what are the total number of orbitals? 3p, 1s, so 4. So 1s in 4 orbitals into 100%. For sp2, the 1s upon total number of orbitals is 2p and 1s, 3 orbitals, so 1 upon 3 into 100%. For sp, number of s orbital 1 divided by total number of orbital 1s and 1p, so 2 into 100%. So here the percent of s is 25%, here 33.33%, and over here it is 50%. So from sp3 to sp2 to sp, we are seeing that the percentage of s is increasing, whereas the percentage of p will be decreasing, because for p the value will be 3 upon 4 into 100, right? For p, over here the value will be 2 upon 3 into 100. This is for p, and for this one the value will be 1 by 2 into 100, because there are no such possibility that 50% will be the possibility. So if we consider this one, then this one, then this one, we can have the percentage of p character. So the important factor is the percentage. Why we are discussing about the S character and P character? Because it has some adverse effect on bond angle and the bond length. How? I am discussing further. Before going on into the topic, let's discuss about the geometry or the shape of the hybridized orbitals. So for S and P orbitals, for sp hybridization, for sp2 hybridization, and for sp3 hybridization. Okay, so for sp hybridization, I equals to, what is the value of I equals to 1, I equals to 2, I equals to 3. Okay, so for sp hybridization, let's suppose it is the nucleus. I am going to discuss about the effect on bond length of the hybridization. So let's suppose this is the nucleus, this is the nucleus, and this is the nucleus. Okay, so for one s and one p, we know that the shape of s orbital is symmetrical spherical. Symmetric spherical. This is s orbital, and for p orbital it has two lobes. So for p orbital, okay, so for sp orbital the percentage of s is higher. So for s orbital, 1s and 1p is getting mixed. So we will be having something like this one. This is p and this is s. They will mix with each other and will form something like this. This is the hybridized sp orbital. Why? Because the shape of one lobe is getting increased due to the s orbital mixing, because s is spherical and p is orbital. P is having two lobes, so we will be getting, upon mixing, this type of shape of the sp orbital. Let's discuss about the sp2 orbital. So for sp2 orbital, the percentage of s is decreased. So the lobes will not be that big, but it will be elongated, because p is getting increased in sp2. So the lobes will get elongated. So the sp2, the shape of sp2 will be this one. So you can compare for sp and sp2, the lobes is getting elongated for sp2, and last for sp3, you all know that lobes will get a lot elongated, because percentage of s is decreasing and p is increasing. So this is the sp3, right? So this is elongated. Now if we discuss about the bond length, we know the what is the okay, so what is the definition of bond length? You can see from sp to sp2 to sp3, the electrons, the electronic cloud is getting shifted far away from the nucleus. So if we talk about the bond length, so for sp3 this is the bond length, for sp2 this is the bond length, for sp this is the bond length. So we can see that upon increasing the percentage of s, bond length is getting decreased. So from top to bottom, the bond length is getting increased because percentage of s is decreasing. So we can conclude, so these are the conclusion: if percentage of s character increases, if percentage of s character increases, bond length decreases, because s is spherical symmetric, bond length decreases. So it is the conclusion. So now let's discuss about that what is the effect on bond angles, because we know the equation which connects the bond angle with the hybridization, that is I equals to minus 1 by cos theta. We know the equation I equals to 1 minus 1 upon cos theta, and for sp3, sp2 and sp, what will be the shapes? If I talk about for I equals to 2, we can have the value of theta equals to, you can put over this equation to get the theta value equals to 120 degree, and for I equals to 3, that is for sp3 hybridization, the theta will be 109 degree 28 minute, and for I equals to 1, that is sp hybridization, so we can get the theta value to be 180 degree. Let's put it over here. I equals to 3, I equals to 2, I equals to 1. So theta equals to 109 degree 28 minute, theta equals to 120 degree, theta equals to 180 degree. So let's make the geometry upon the formation of this kind of hybridization. For sp3 we know that the theta value is 109 degree 28 minute. So we can form such kind of geometry. I think you will support me if I draw this kind of geometry. So this is a tetrahedral, and these are all sp3 hybridized orbitals. And okay, so and the angle between them is 109 degree 28 minute, and the geometry is tetrahedral. Okay, for theta equals to 120 degree, we know if we put this kind of geometry, then we can make this angle to be 120 degree. So the sp2 hybridized orbital will lie something like this. So let's make 120 degree first, it will be easier to draw. One lobe will lie like this one, this is one sp2, another lobe is like this one, this is another sp2, and the last lobe. So these are three sp2 hybridized orbital. One sp2 hybridized orbital is this one. Okay, another one, this one, and the last one, this one. And to get 109 degree 28 minutes, we have to get three sp3 orbitals. So one is this one, second one is this one, third one is this one, and fourth one is this one. So four sp3 orbitals. To make the 120 degree, we have to get three sp2 orbitals, and for sp orbitals, we have to get how much of orbitals to get 180 degree. So 180 degree means a straight line like this one, and the 180 degree will look something like this, and another one. So this is one sp2, and this is another sp2. So two sp2, sorry, this is one sp, this is another sp. So two sp orbitals, hybridized orbitals, are required to get the theta equals to 180 degree geometry, right? So let's write down those things. So geometry for sp2, we got this type of geometry is called trigonal planar. Why it is called trigonal planar? Because it is kind of a triangle and it is a planar. So you can see this is a plane. So this is called trigonal planar. And for SP, you can see it is a linear towards a particular axis or it is lying on a particular axis. So the geometry of SP is basically linear. So we can have the geometries for sp3 geometry is tetrahedral, for sp2 this is trigonal planar, and for sp this is linear, and the corresponding I values and theta values. Another thing we can say that from this visualization we can see that if 1s and 3p atomic orbitals are getting mixed, because s orbital and 3p orbitals are called atomic orbitals, so these are mixed, these are mixed and to form 4 sp3 orbitals. If s and p, 2p orbitals are mixed, so it will form 3 sp2 orbitals, that is 1 and 2p, and if 1s and 1p is mixing to form 2 sp orbitals. Because it is quite believable that if we talk about the 2s and 2p3, we have discussed it for the carbon part in the previous video, that it gets excited to 2p and forms this 2s and 2p, and they will mix with each other to form identical in energy 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are no more 2s, no more 2p, these are called sp3. So there are 4 sp3 orbitals because 4 atomic orbitals are getting mixed. So we can say that number of atomic orbitals is getting mixed equals to number of hybridized orbital will be formed. So let's write down over here, number of atomic orbitals are mixed is equals to the number of hybridized orbitals to be formed. So in the next, this is all about this video, and in the next video we will be discussing about the steric number concept, and from the steric number we can have the idea of all the hybridization with just one single formula, and it will be very helpful for the exams point of view.